So yeah, man, we gonna jump into it already, man. We got motherfucking advice with Danny Brown. Hey, if you need, some help, you want me to fucking, help you figure it out, man, hit me up at the motherfucking Danny at the Danny Brown Show. That's Danny at the Danny Brown Show, man. Send your motherfucking, questions in, advice, videos, or whatever the fuck. You also send freestyles too, but you gotta send them acapella, man. You know what I'm saying? I critique them shits, man. We had some good ones last week, man. So we're gonna see what we got this week, but we're gonna jump right into it. Ask Danny. Rex for the D. What that mean? Hey Danny, I'm moving to Windsor, next to Detroit for law school in September. Windsor, shouts out to Windsor, man. That's one thing about growing up in Detroit. Windsor's right across the fucking bridge for us. It's probably like, you go through, it's probably a fucking 15-minute getting over. I mean, it's a longer process getting through the border, obviously, but it's not that far. It's just over the bridge, over a tunnel, whatever the fuck, go through the tunnel. And we used to go there as teenagers because you can go to strip clubs at 18 in Windsor. And, so we would pile up a bunch of horny teenagers, go over to, and they had all new clubs because you couldn't drink in them. That's why they had the 18 and up strip clubs. And we'll go over there. But one time, man, I didn't go, actually. I went to school. I was a senior in high school. I didn't go because I just, whatever. They went, and this motherfucker, they got into a fight at the bar or whatever, and this motherfuckers got locked up in Windsor. Them niggas ain't come back to school for a long time. They kept talking about they gotta wait to see the queen. And wait to see the queen? What year is this? 1906? Like, shit was just terrifying for me. Like, so let me know that I would never do anything in Canada. Shouts out, we used to go to Wheels Inn as a kid. I really loved going to Wheels Inn. That was like my favorite shit. So shouts out to Windsor. But yeah, so he's saying he loved blackjack, drugs, and strippers. Any spots in the D you think a man would love? Peace and love, Fred. Me. I've actually been out of those spots for a long time, I will say. So I can't really recommend you any cool thing to do as far as that. But I know I'm pretty sure it still exists. The coolest shit in Detroit, as far as that world, would be like they always have these crazy after hours. And around that same time we were going up to Windsor, we would go to these after hours. I remember the first time I've seen some of the most fucking, the most degenerate shit in these places. And as a teen, I was 18, I was 17, maybe turning 18. As a kid, I'm pretty sure it definitely ruined my brain going to these after hours and these functions. I seen a bitch, she put a flashlight in her ass and cut it on and off. Seeing something like that at 18 years old, you know what I'm saying? I went back to school, told all my friends, obviously. You get what I'm saying? It was the coolest shit I ever seen, and still to this day, I'm still intrigued by how she even done something like that. But it was great, man. It was great. But those are dangerous places, man, because like a lot of shit will happen. Like people get killed, and they're gambling. They're gambling in these places. They're fucking, and they lock you in too. Most of them are like at motorcycle clubs too. So it's like that's the way the motorcycle club get their funds going. They throw they throw these after hours at the clubhouses and shit like that, and you go there like them start to like 2 a.m, and you go in there as hoes. You can buy some pussy. There's gambling in the corner. It's motherfucking but then they lock you in, and if you act up or act a fool or do anything, these motherfucking big biker motherfuckers is gonna beat the shit out of you from the window to the wall in front of everybody, and we just gonna watch this shit, and then they gonna throw you out. So that shit's, and then that's when they be like, lock the door. You will hear it, and it be like a buzzer, like a siren to go off, lock the door. Then the door lock, and next thing you know, you just seeing a motherfucker getting fucked up. So yeah, definitely fucked with me. Definitely seen some crazy shit and had a lot of great times, man. When you're a teenager, man, flirting with danger is, it's all you want to do. It's all you want to do. But as a grown man at this age right now, fuck no, I ain't going to no shit like that. I ain't trying to go to jail, get shot. So if you want to have fun in Detroit, I would say just hang around downtown. Go to like the hipster spots, man. Go to where they got they on tap PBR type shit. Like, man, what you got on tap? What's the local brew? Go to where they got the local brew. Go to where they got their own shit at. You're safe there. You get what I'm saying? So next up is what's in my piss? Okay. Dear Danny, over the past few years, I've noticed something strange happening when I urinate. On at least 4 different occasions, I seen a small fruit fly come out of my urethra. Dead, of course, and land in the toilet bowl. The first time this happened, it was sort of funny, like, weird. But after 3 more times, I started to get concerned. Am I under a witch spell? Do I need an exorcism? I don't know. Shouts out avocado. But I don't really know how that works out, but it sounded like to me you probably got a nasty ass house. You know what I'm saying? You got flies and shit flying everywhere. You drinking shit and motherfucking fruit flies and shit all in your cup and shit. You still drink it. You one of them type of niggas. And maybe you just pissing out flies. Or maybe this is some new type of STD we don't know about, man. You get what I'm saying? Like a new version of blue waffle, but for niggas. And that's actually your cum. You know what I'm saying? But your cum ain't turning into like regular human beings. Your shit turning into flies up in that motherfucker. Which would be fucked up because what if that develops like more and more? Then next thing you know, you like shooting like whole flocks and shit. Like you get what I'm saying? Like Candyman when he opened up his motherfucking trench coat. You get what I'm saying? But your dick, instead of bees, your shit just shooting out fruit flies all over a bitch. You get what I'm saying? That's very concerning, and I know if a bug came out of me, I will be going to the hospital and not writing into the Danny Brown show. But I love you, man. You got to go get that checked out. But yeah, man, that's very weird, man. And I would think that kind of hurts. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like I don't know, man. Shit flying out your... Oh, man, you did say it was dead, though. But would that be a health concern as well? Because if you know, if it could survive in you, like if a fly flew out of my dick, I'd be like, I probably like brag about that kind of shit. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, talk to the back. Like, you see what kind of life I do. Like, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you see what kind of lives I produce out here. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, ladybugs come out my shit. You get what I'm saying? Butterflies. Like, you get what I'm saying? It just depends on the day. What insect gonna fly out this motherfucker? But it depends on how you treat me. It depends on how my dick react to you. What kind of bug gonna come out this motherfucker? You get what I'm saying? If you a lovely lady, then a beautiful butterfly might fly out this bitch. But if you just a nasty fruit fly type bitch, you get what I'm saying? Bitch, you getting fruit flies out the dick. So it might be an indicator of what kind of woman. You know what I'm saying? What kind of woman you can get. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know if that's a talent or it's a hindrance. You get what I'm saying? But hey, all right. Shouts out, man. But yeah, next up we got motherfucking Getting Out of a Funk. Hey, Danny, what's up? Love the show. Wanted to know what your process is when you run into writer's block when making music. Thanks, Kyle. There's no fucking process. I'm sorry to say. That's what makes you that's one thing that I learned. That's what makes you a professional at making music and shit in general. Like, the motherfuckers that can do that shit like year round. Like, that's even a professional or anything, like sports or whatever thing. And I think that's probably been one of my motherfucking biggest hindrances in my motherfucking music career and me making music in general is that I only can make it depending on my mood. You get what I'm saying? Even though the music I make is gonna be some sad ass shit probably. But if I'm sad, if I'm really like fucked up, it's almost like I gotta process the shit and then talk about it. It's like, because I definitely use music as a therapy type of thing. You get what I'm saying? Like, I would talk about shit in my music that I probably wouldn't talk about in normal conversations. You get what I'm saying? That's the way I can get the shit out. It's putting it through my music. But if I'm having like I'm going through a bad time, I'm going through a funk, man, it's really hard for me to like even concentrate to like make music. You get what I'm saying? I really don't be wanting to make music, but I will say that's what separates the men from the boys when it comes to this shit. Because, you know, like, you know, professional ball players or whatever the fuck. The motherfuckers got to play injured. You get what I'm saying? It takes the best. Only the strong survive type shit. Like, you know, you got a sprained ankle. So what, motherfucker? Get out there and hoop. You get what I'm saying? And kind of the same way as with the music industry, too. They don't give a fuck about your mental health. You think a fan that's that really love your music, they want your album now, they want to see you, and you think they give a fuck how you feel when they bought a ticket to the show? They came for a great time. They don't want to hear about your problems. That ain't for them. So yeah, man, I feel like, me personally, once I'm going through a lot of shit, man, it's hard for me to make music, man. But I'm trying to get out of that. I will say. But thankful, I got something like this, a platform like this, so I can get a lot of shit out, I can talk on this and get my problems out, and I can, concentrate more on music and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Shouts out to Kyle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So next up, we got Trouble I already know what this is about. Trouble at the Gathering. Hey, Danny. I'm a big fan of the Juggalo. I was so hyped to see you announce for the Gathering of the Juggalo last year. I even got to meet you and get a picture with you on Saturday before you performed. I told you how happy you was and you fuck with the Juggalos. Then something happened. Your performance went wrong. You threw the mic in the crowd and walked off. I was in the crowd devastated. Can you tell the story of what happened? Still a big fan. I still love y'all Juggalo motherfuckers too. I would tell you really what happened. I don't know. I didn't know that I actually talked about this on 2 Bears, I think. But I actually know I didn't know that they announced that Jay was sick and he was going through health issues and all that shit. So when I was playing, it was like the crowd was not. I mean, I'm not saying like that the Juggalos are like my biggest, like supporters or some shit like that. But I played there before, and I feel like they were a lot more receptive to what I was doing. But I feel like I don't know, they just really wasn't vibing with it. And I don't know. I every now and then I have these diva moments. I think I took an Adderall, and that probably that definitely has a lot to do with it. So yeah, I just chimped out. That's what we are called. So it's my apologies to you guys. I'm sorry. That was all my fault. I fucked up with that one, man. But yeah, I mean, I would rather, especially at somewhere at the gathering, man, I would rather for them motherfuckers to throw shit at me and hit me with beers and shit like that than to just stand there and look at me. You get what I'm saying? So, but shouts out to the gathering, man. It's one of the best festivals you can play if you get a chance to play it, man. The people there are fucking loving like a motherfucker. But I didn't know that and that's what it was. I'm like, damn, am I bumming these motherfuckers out? Are these motherfuckers? But the whole crowd, while I was performing, I was looking at the crowd, looking at everybody's face. Everybody was just sad in the motherfucker, man. But yeah, man. Shouts out to ICP, the whole fucking, Juggalo community and all that, man. I mean, I went, because I actually did. I felt really bad. I felt really bad after that, and I went and apologized to Jay and Shaggy and shit. You know what I'm saying? Shaggy actually was like, man, I'm gonna bring you back out. We was making right in this. I'm like, man, it's no big deal. It's my fault. So I apologize to y'all motherfuckers. I'm a man. I can admit when I made mistakes, man. That was truly a big, huge mistake. I got in my feelings, man. That's all that happened. But Adderall does that. That's why I can't really be fucking with Adderall, man, because I mean, I love Adderall because then I can wear skinny jeans if I'm taking it all the time. You know what I'm saying? It keeps me in shape without working out. You give it a But for the most part, when you take it a lot, man, I mean, it's great for work. I love to write. You know what I'm saying? I can fucking write 5 songs in a fucking night. You know what I'm saying? But when you take it as much as I was, you start to have these crazy mood swings because you're never right. Because everybody know Adderall come down, you're like the most saddest. Like between Adderall and MDMA, like you have the come downs for them shits are like you sitting there like, oh, what's going on with my life? You can have the best shit going on for you in the world. You're gonna figure out something bad about that shit when them come down. You're like, oh shit, man. Looking in the mirror at yourself like, oh, I'm ugly. What's going on with my life? Like, oh, you feel bad. And then you're like, man, how can I get out of this funk? Just take some more. Take some more. Before you know it, you on this bender. You on this bench. You get what I'm saying? And then, but I will say, I have not been taking Adderall for a long time. And that was, but that's one thing about going to festivals, man, that I will say that gets me in trouble a lot is when I start to fraternize with the crowd and fuck with the people. And they gave me a golf cart. So while I was riding around the golf cart around the festivals, motherfuckers was stopping me and motherfuckers was giving me shit. You get what I'm saying? Which was not a cool thing. I remember one time I went to this one festival and the security pulled up on a golf cart on me and they had all the drugs they confiscated. And they just was like, Danny, have your way. I took everything white. I ain't care nothing about the weed. Anything in there that looked white, I took it. Like, But the fucked up part is that we're in the trailer. We looking at this shit like, is this Molly? Is this Coke? Is this heroin? What is this? We don't know. Taste it. Let's see what it is. So, and then you taste it like, oh shit, I think that was Molly. Fuck. Ah! You know what I'm saying? But that was a great time. I will say that.